So this game is called Mystic Warlords of Ka'a. It's pretty fun. There are 6 kinds of secret warlords. Secret warlords.
It's a secret. A secret. It's a secret.
Have you noticed anything off with Sheldon?
Something between me and you. Mom is on a need-to-know basis.
I took a little look in his body journal. Several days without a bowel movement.
Sheldon.
The secret. The secret.
Sheldon. Did you hear anything I said?
Sorry, I was reliving a traumatic experience.
What do you mean?
Tam, I have a secret that's weighing on me and I need to tell someone.
Okay, tell me.
But I promised I wouldn't.
Okay, then don't.
But it's driving me crazy.
Too bad you're not Catholic. You could confess it to a priest.
That's a great idea. You're Catholic, I'll confess it to you.
I'm not a priest.
I'm not a Catholic. It makes perfect sense.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
What are you doing?
I'm assuming the position.
Okay. Forgive me, Tam, for I have sinned. This is my first confession.
I forgive you, my son.
I was doing my parents' taxes and noticed a check was missing. I asked
As
my
I
father
walked
about
Tam
it,
through the
and he said
whole
not to worry.
sordid affair, I could feel a weight lifting off my shoulders. It was a relief to finally unburden myself of this
I
deception.
knew it was wrong.
By the time I reached the end, I felt like a new person.
That's the whole story.
Cool. Can we play now?
And now that my conscience had been cleared, my colon was ready to do the same.
Excuse me, I need to use your bathroom!
Spending the Thanksgiving weekend working in my family's convenience store, I observed my father and mother working from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. My hypothesis was that economic advancement for immigrant families is more important than celebrating a holiday where people eat until they pass out in front of the TV.
All right, Tam. Well, based on your observations and hypothesis, were you able to make a prediction?
Yes. At some point, my father would die prematurely from stress, and my mother will come live with me, where she will constantly disapprove of my hot, blonde, American wife.
Okay. I think we all learned something there. Thank you, Tam. Mr. Cooper, you're up.
There's ample evidence to indicate that a stunted childhood can cause one to be maladjusted as an adult.
Then I'm screwed.
What do you mean?
When I'm not in school, I'm doing homework. When I'm not doing homework, I'm practicing my cello. And when I'm not doing that, I'm working in my parents' store.
That must be why we're friends. We're both stunted.
Sounds right.
Well, I, for one, plan to do something about it.
Like what?
I'm going to goof off, engage in horseplay, and if time permits, be quite immature.
If time permits?
I have homework, too. Would you like to join me in my shenanigans?
No, thanks.
Aren't you concerned about being a maladjusted adult?
Nah. I'll just marry an American woman and hope she can fix me.
Ooh, this is interesting. According to Socrates, all knowledge exists within the student and just needs to be drawn out through skillful questioning.
Are you saying I knew that before you even said it?
I don't know, did you?
Well, according to Socrates, you do know, and the answer's inside you.
Well, then ask me a skillful question to draw it out.
Do you know if I knew before I knew?
No,
Hey, it works.
it does.
Look at this. My mother left me a note. You can do better, Mom. Not love Mom, not XO Mom, just Mom.
While Tam prattled on about some family nonsense, I couldn't help but think about Tommy. At 3 p.m., he was going to engage in a schoolyard battle that was entirely my fault. I had to find a way to intervene, but how?
Ooh, another butter. Maybe she does love me. Look at these prices. No wonder supermarkets are running my parents out of business.
Your parents own a convenience store. They charge extra for the convenience.
How is this not convenient?
Excuse me, sir. Has anything changed with the bread from the Happy Hearth Home Bakeries?
I have no idea.
How can you not know? You work here.
What do you want from me? I get $3.35 an hour to stock shelves.
Are you kidding? My father pays me $5 a week. I Bet they're violating child labor laws.
Look, this loaf is a subsidiary of the Domestic Food Corporation. This older loaf doesn't.
I wonder if I can take my parents to court.
It smells like my bread.
Or I could start a labor union with my sisters.
This is it. This is my bread.
We could go on strike. Bring them to their knees. Look, you made my mom's note.
Don't talk to Sheldon, Mom. That's fine. I usually do most of the talking.
Yes, you do.
Hey, Tam! I can't find Sheldon. You know where he is?
I promise not to say.
Tam?
Lucky for you, I'm weak.
Are you kidding me?
I knew Tam was weak. Tam, I need help navigating a social situation.
I'm eating lunch with you. You think I have the answer?
Dr. Linkletter invited me to a lecture on robotics, but my Meemaw said he's only doing it to spend time with her.
Are you asking if men do sketchy things to get dates?
Yes.
Well, then I can help you. Absolutely. Last week, I told Jessica Geiger I was an extra in Karate Kid Part 2.
Did it work?
Again, I'm having lunch with you.
Psi dot theory dot physics dot research dot quantum. Press enter and it comes right up.
Careful. In War Games, Matthew Broderick almost blew up the world.
The only thing I'm going to be blowing up is this fellow's flimsy argument. That was one of my classic jokes. Feel free to laugh. See? Like magic. And then my mother said I wasn't mature enough for college. Can you believe that?
Absolutely.
So you're on their side too?
I'm Vietnamese. In my culture, until your parents die, you're basically a baby.
Really?
My grandmother still treats my dad like a child. At dinner, he can't sit until she sits, and he can't speak until he's spoken to.
Well, I'm glad I'm not Vietnamese.
It's not as fun as I make it look. Why are you reading about property code?
The house next door to mine is for sale, and I'm looking for ways to control who moves in there.
When my family moved to Texas, they burned our fishing boat.
Tam, we're talking about my problems right now.
You usually are.
Ooh, listen to this. A seller or seller's agent must disclose if a homicide has occurred on the property.
Why is that helpful?
That could scare off any unwanted buyers.
Has there ever been a murder next door?
I sure hope so. I imagine my leaving will be hard for you.
Oh yeah. Being best friends with the little kid really boosted my game with the ladies.
Makes sense. I'm a conversation starter. Just think, you'll have this table all to yourself.
Actually, I joined the jazz band. Those guys have their own table in the cafeteria.
Oh.
They're pretty cool. The drummer's even got a goatee.
Well, I'm glad I knew you before you became a heroin addict. Where are my safety goggles?
I don't have an orange today.
No, I have a lab later.
Just use the room goggles like everyone else.
And risk eyebrow lice? They don't just like head hair, Tam. They must be in my locker. Don't eat my fluffernutter!
I won't.
The next day, Tam showed up with the bootleg copy of Railroad Kingdom. I wore my mittens so as not to leave fingerprints, in case it was ever used as evidence against me. Also, Tam had pulled it out of his gym bag. Ugh. I knew it was wrong, but listen to that seductive theme song. I was so wrapped up in my game, I didn't even know where Tam went.
The things you say, you're unbelievable. Oh!
But I didn't care, because I was building my locomotive empire. Little did I know, as I was spreading tracks across North America, a computer virus was spreading itself across my hard drive. Next stop, Infection City.
You're unbelievable.
It was nice to know there were some things that would always stay the same, like lunch with my old friend, Tam.
Why are we here?
This is where we always eat.
You know I graduated last year.
Oh, good for you. So where's your food?
When you invited me to lunch, I thought you meant like a restaurant.
That's okay. I'll share my sandwich.
You still don't eat the crust?
Cutting them off gives my mother purpose. So how have you been?
Good. I actually have a girlfriend now, and...
Oh, I've had a pretty rough time of it lately. I'm about to go away to Caltech, and my parents decided to sell our home and move to Houston. I mean, that house has my room in it.
Well...
So now some stranger's gonna move in and turn it into a den, or worse, a nursery with a mural of Winnie the Pooh on the wall.
I think I might ask her to marry me.
Feynman and Einstein have been on those walls for 5 years, and now it's gonna be Tigger bouncing hither and thither.
Are you at all interested in my life?
No, but thank you for asking. Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
Taking comfort in the familiar. Still no wedding ring, I see. That feels good.
Yeah, feels great.
So, where was I? Right, Houston. Anyway, my father got offered a coaching position.